Hello folks, Typhoon Carter here, and I bring to you Smogon Premier League 17. This is a Week 8 showdown between Skyrio of Team Raiders and SFG of the Indie Scooters. So we have a French matchup here, Skyrio with a pretty fantastic season so far, as he's only had 2 losses through the first 7 weeks, so I believe he's sitting at 5-2, whereas for SFG, again, his disaster season continues. He's at 2-5, and he has not been the same since that DM he sent me, where I think he was 2-1 at the time, where I accidentally forgot his name in a like for people who could still finish the season X-1, and then he jokingly jinxed himself into saying that I don't have faith in him. Well, I didn't. Well, I had faith in him. I think he just committed a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you're watching this, tough scene, but it's okay. He can still break this. Anyways, that being said, though, let's jump right into this. Tyranitar lead, Zapdos lead, and so Zapdos is faster on SFG's end. So this Tyranitar most likely a Spadeftar with Stealth Rocks, but going to just go into Bronzong here, probably go get rocks up. Starmie's revealed here. This could be a spinner based stall with like Blissey. Tyranitar and SFG's end is going to come in, and it will probably get a crunch off. Just gonna get Hydro Pumped here, and Pursuit's here, just got killed, so that's a CB tar for sure. And Scizor is going to enter into a game. And go U-turn to Bronzong. Oh, that's got hurt. Anyways, this Bronzong, no item is shown. And oh, Akaberry into a critical hit. That has gotta suck. If you are SFG, gotta go into Starmie. That's an off star probably. That Akaberry most definitely would have allowed the Zong to live against the D-Knight. It was probably Spadef invested too, if SFG made that decision. Something to keep in mind here is that what likely would happen is that SFG probably would have just exploded, and then that way it would have allowed SFG to reset the game and then bring in either Zapdos, probably like Zapdos as like a mid-ground play to cover the Scizor and be neutral against the T-Tar, or the aforementioned Starmie. Tyranitar's gonna come in here, rate this at rapid spins. And question is whether this is gonna get pursued or not. No, just gonna get crunched, and that thing is just gonna go down. And Tyranitar's gonna come in into the meta, eats up a superpower, and the meta's gonna threaten a Meteor Mash, and that is a fast CB tar. Yeah, something to keep in mind here. Oh, nice pursuit as Scizor comes in. Something to keep in mind here is that that T-Tar having some speed investment, it's kind of a new trend that we've been seeing. I wouldn't really call it a trend, but it's a very practical one. The idea is that you focus less on having CB Tar eat hits up. Instead, you focus on having it just be fast enough to outspeed things like Rotom. Because something like Rotom historically can be really annoying for CB Tar, because like it'll be faster and then it'll get the Will-O-Wisp off, and then now your Tyranitar is kind of just dead weight, and you either have to waste a Healing Wish from the Latias to heal it back up to full, or the Tyranitar is just like, as good as gone. So if you put some speed investment into CB Tar, what happens is that you can get the jump on the Rotom on a good entry point and then just KO it that way. Anyways, Zapdos gonna come in here, gonna eat up this U-turn all day. Well, okay, maybe not all day. This is probably a sub Zapdos on SFG's end, and Tyranitar's gonna come in right as rocks go up and gonna get crunched. Oh, it was a speed tie. Interesting. Zapdos gonna come in here, going to have to click T-Bolt or Roost. Gonna get Toxic on the way. And this Zapdos now is on a permanent timer, so that thing is as good as done. So we're just gonna get full parrot here. And T-Bolt's here because SFG knows that if he swaps out, that Tyranitar will never be full parried. So this is by far SFG's best play, is to play for the hacks by staying in or staying committed. And yeah, this is kind of like one of those little things we see where the pursuit paralysis glitch or mechanic, if you want to call it that, comes into play here, and that Celebi is going to die to Sand Chip. And the Heatran can't really do anything to this T-Tar, and T-Tar will inevitably kill this Heatran one way or another. Or rather, this Heatran will go down one way or another is what I meant. Anyways, Fire Blast misses again. That is just sad. Okay. It's gonna be sad if this Heatran can't even KO this Tar. And oh my god, please. Okay, he finally got the KO, but this is gonna kill it anyways. And yeah, so Skyrio's gonna go to 6-2 on the season. SFG's gonna go to 2-6. SFG's losing skid continues, as I believe he's now on a 5-game losing streak. Man, brutal stuff, but I mean, this almost reminds me of SFG's campaign from a couple years ago where he had a particularly brutal SPL as well, where I think it went 3-6 or something way back in SPL like 14 or 13. Anyways, that being said though, go takeaways from this game. What was Skyrio's last? Probably a Latias. I mean, I think a Latias here actually makes a ton of sense on Skyrio's team because of the fact that, like, one, you could have this nice little double dragon action, or either that or actually wait, no, the Scizor was banned, so I mean Scarf Lati could work here, could also be like Scarf Rotom. So there's like a couple options for Skyrio's last that could work really well here. And SFG's team, again, I think it has some good things going here, like the Plot Celebi's cool. Well, okay, I don't know about Plot Celebi because I think the issue with Plot Celebi is that a lot of the time you really want to have something like a... Okay, it was probably Hidden Power Fire Plot Celebi, but you really generally want to have a Trapper to supplement it. Although I guess it did have like a Tyranitar to synergize with the HP Fire Nasty Plot Celebi, if that's what it was, so that you can get rid of something like Latias, for example. And then like the Starmie, I mean, it's an okay 6, but it was just not particularly inspiring, and you could really see how even something like a especially defensive T-Tar somehow ended up being troublesome. And I think a lot of these teams, even though you have the double natural cure core, like it was just not prepared for something like a toxic T-Tar. And I think the big thing we've really seen as Toxic's renaissance in DPP, especially without sleep moves being legal, because now it's like you don't have to worry about blocking sleep. Instead, you have to worry about T-Wave being put on a timer on anything that isn't Clefable, which is like, you know, super amazing and all that jazz. But that being said though, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.